I'd like to make a couple of introductions here. There are two public officials that I think would be good for us to acknowledge. My former colleague and good friend from the Antioch School Board, who is now a City Councilman, Gary Agopian. Remiss if I didn't introduce this young lady. He happens to have a name, I think I can get it. Cynthia, I think it's Ruehlig, the County Board of Education Trustees. That time I forgot to introduce Cynthia. I slept in the doghouse for a week. I am so glad we're having these festivities tonight. These are tough times. I was feeling a little bit depressed. Just think of it, 10 years ago, we had Bob Hope, Johnny Cash, and Steve Jobs. Today, we have no Hope, no Cash, and no Jobs. Things are so tough. I went last week to a hotel in Los Angeles. They stole my towel. My neighbor is having such problems with his bills, he couldn't pay his health premium, so he went to the airport for a free chest x-ray. And then he mentioned the word Al-Qaeda, and they gave him a free colonoscopy. It's great to be celebrating with Filipinos, the happiest people on earth. In fact, check my shirt. The other half, I think, is a white man who can't jump and can't dance. You might be interested in what I know about the Philippines. Well, there's a lot I know about the Philippines, which qualifies me as a half Pinoy. I know something about their food, and it's a way of life. From the moment you wake up in the Philippines, I lived in Paranaque for 4 years. I had a recruitment agency there. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, you wake up, taho, taho. You go to bed, baloo, baloo. I also know something about driving, which is the ultimate extreme sport in the Philippines. I actually not only took jeepneys, I drove in the Philippines, so I deserve the Purple Heart for that. You tell me Filipinos don't have good peripheral vision. Have you seen them go through an intersection? They're looking straight ahead. They won't dare look to the left or the right. They pretend they don't see it, and they see who goes chicken first. It's a country of evil Canadians. I also know something about the Philippine language, which is never dull. One of the few languages in the world you don't have to speak to communicate. I got off the airplane and I asked one of the folks there, could you direct me to the information desk? This is what they did. I thought they had a plug in their mouth. It's also a great language for the telephone. You'll phone somebody and you'll ask for something, can I speak to Rudy for a while? For a while? A while of what? In fact, Rudy, my dear friend who couldn't make it tonight, Rudy Fernandez, he's got a great one. He'll call me sometimes really early in the morning, 6:30 or 7. He'll say, Walter, are you sleeping? Well, Rudy, I was sleeping. And then they have the flair for the dramatic in the Philippines. They don't call it a restroom, they call it a comfort station. I guess you're getting comfort. How about this one? Dracula's Delight. That's actually a food. How can you resist not having tried Dracula's Delight? Have you heard of the one, dirty kitchen? Everybody in the Philippines has a dirty kitchen. That's the outside kitchen. And the ice cream you buy in the street is called dirty ice cream. Now, why would somebody want to buy dirty ice cream? This was a good one. After I got married, my wife, we were leaving the house after our honeymoon, and we got back home. She said, honey, please kill the lights on the TV. Kill the lights? I thought you were going to give me a gun and ask me to start shooting. It's also a paradise for the hearing impaired. In the Philippines, if you have poor hearing, don't worry about it. You'll always hear something for the second time. Think of the places in the Philippines. Ilo, Howie, sorry, store, Turu. And the names, Bang, Ming, Yaya. The food, Vira, Kari, Halo. And then the expressions are so colorful. Tut, Recho, Chitmas, Loco. And maybe one of my favorites, Kitty. But you know the real reason why I know so much about the Philippines? I've been married to a soprano for 23 years. We haven't spoken for 2 weeks. It's not that my wife is mad at me. I just don't want to interrupt her. My grandson came home last week and he said, Grandma, I got a part in the play. She said, what was the part? He said, oh, I played a Filipino husband. She said, no way, you're going to get a speaking part. I mentioned school and Filipinos, and the two do go together. You know, in fact, where Godzilla, that whole concept came together, from Godzilla, was a Filipino mother when she found out her child came home with a C on the report card.
What are you looking at me?
You got a C! You're gonna pay for this! Actually, I make jest about it, but my wife and I were happy for 20 years. Then we met. My mother-in-law calls our marriage a three-ring circus. She says there was the engagement ring, the wedding ring, and then the suffering. Sometimes it's tough being married. My wife will kiss the dog on the lips, and she won't share a glass with me. Figure that one out. Last night was kind of exciting though. My wife came to the door wearing a very sexy negligee. Only problem was she was coming home. Last night we visited a hotel where we spent our honeymoon night. The only difference was this time I locked myself in the bathroom and cried. I took my wife out to dinner and I said, honey, I want to make you happy for the rest of your life. She said to me, I didn't know you were leaving. Last night, my wife was kind enough to say, honey, you got dinner tonight. I said, what's the choice? She said, take it or leave it. But if any of you think that I'm under the saya, which is Tagalog for under the skirt, you're absolutely wrong. I always get in the last word. In fact, they're usually the last two words. Yes, dear. Thank you. You've been a beautiful audience.
I got all of it. You can watch the paper. Don't worry, I got everything. Yeah. You can watch it on YouTube.